The title for the presentation that's going to happen right now is called Explore It, Experience It, and Own It. And it's going to be conducted by Munire Nermin from DeepBlueGame. So, Munire?
Hello everyone, how are you today? My name is Munire Dagtas, and I am very excited to be announcing to the crypto community today for the first time our project, the DeepBlue. So, what is the DeepBlue? Has anyone here ever heard of something called the metaverse? Right? Practically everyone. It's on everyone's lips, everyone's feeds. But for something that's been getting so much media coverage recently, there's a bit of confusion about what the metaverse actually is. The metaverse is defined as any sort of virtual reality space where players can interact with the environment and other players in real time. So you can make such a space, I can make a space, you can make a space. It's all part of the overall metaverse. Most of you here probably already know this, being involved in similar projects. I see a lot of projects similar to ours when I walk around the booth. But DeepBlue has a few things that set it apart from everything else, and that is what I'm going to be talking to you about today. The DeepBlue is essentially a massively multiplayer online role-playing game that is set in such a virtual environment. It is a role-playing game, so all the characters are fully customizable, and it focuses on a very hyper-detailed and vivid world creation. We've integrated on the Binance Smart Chain, so it will be completely blockchain integrated. That's one of the major technologies we use, and that's why we're here at this fair today and not at a gaming convention. So, combining virtual reality technologies with gaming is nothing new, but it's been going on ever since virtual reality technologies came to market. But the unique thing about DeepBlue and why we're seeing these kinds of games pop up more and more is that we're at a unique juncture in time where certain technologies that work very well together are rapidly improving simultaneously, and market forces are aligning so that individuals and brands and businesses have much more reason and incentive to move towards the NFT and metaverse spaces. Our game is based around the concept of time travel. If you've seen our brochures or stopped by the booth, you might have played our demo. The game is centered around two worlds. You can travel to the past and explore a world inspired by an amalgamation of ancient civilizations, or travel to an undefined time in the future. So there's a little bit of something for everybody in the game. We have a play-to-earn structure in most of the game modules in the game, which works well with its blockchain integration, based on the in-game currency being convertible to our DeepBlueGame token, for which we launched the pre-sale today. Besides that, every item in the game is an NFT. This includes character accessories, skins, entire character creations, items, weapon skins. These can all be customized and created by users in-game as well. So the play-to-earn functionality of the game doesn't only progress on game modules. You could potentially be a character designer and earn depth or in-game currency and convert it to tokens, have that sort of income. You could potentially also spend money in the DeepBlue universe. Each city that we have designed for the game comes with shopping districts where brands can rent areas where they can set up their virtual stores, which is something we've seen an increasing interest in the market recently. Brands anywhere from retail to luxury are jumping at the chance to enter the NFT and metaverse space. So this is a project with high potential for partnerships with such brands that want to be seen in spaces like this but are also looking for something a little bit different, something with an element of fantasy to it. A little bit about the Deep City, which I've mentioned, is it's based on history. These are some of our game modules that we will have that incorporate the play-to-earn structure. So the game will also hold tournaments within itself. We believe as a company in incentivizing and rewarding players for the time they spend on this platform, because if there are any gamers here, you know how many hours you can put into a game and how much actually goes into it. And blockchain is a great opportunity to do just that and give back to the community you create. Community is one thing that both the gaming industry and the crypto community have in common. It's very important for both tokens, lines of NFTs, and games also have a very strong fan base to become popular. Our token distribution is also, as shown, I'm not going to dwell on that too much. That's what our white paper is for. The tokenomics has been well thought out, and we've arranged for our token to be deflationary and certain measures have been put in place to prevent whalish behavior and to keep the token's price level stable. We plan on finishing the alpha version of the game by December of 2022. So by the end of this year, we'll have a little bit more of an idea to show anyone who's interested in our game and who'd like to keep up with what we're doing by then. But anyone who follows the game industry knows that a game of this scope, because we plan to make it completely open world and of the utmost graphic realism. So designing such a game takes anywhere from 3 to 5 to 6 years. But by then, the industry, the gaming industry is projected to grow from around $170 billion to $314 billion. Right now, the virtual reality gaming market is valued at $14.5 billion, but it's growing at a whopping 30% compound annual rate to $90 billion. So within the time that we plan on developing this game, virtual reality gaming will expand to make up for over half of the growth of the gaming market. So this, it's no surprise that this is a huge space, obviously, but what the basic thing that sets DeepBlue apart is that we plan on making it a space where you would want to be in if you weren't playing a game or if you weren't shopping for something. The visual aesthetics and world creation is very important for us, so you could potentially spend hours even exploring the game. We've seen again and again in games like Skyrim where users stopped pursuing quests even to explore an aesthetically pleasing world. MMORPGs are often sort of hijacked by players to used to hang out with their friends. They like the environment, they like the world, they meet with their friends, they hang out in the chat. Games like Abzu have shown that games only even centered around exploring an aesthetically pleasing world are great ways for people to relax and have done really well in the market. So combining all of these, we plan on constructing this sort of alternate reality that provides people with adventure, escape, or a way to communicate with their friends, areas, both public and private. Real estate, play, or this could potentially revolutionize the way we think about a lot of our free time. We believe that this is where the market is going in this regard. Because we have all of this technology, right? It seems a little surreal putting on VR glasses and being transported to another reality where you look completely different and you can fly in space or something. Or hang out with your friends over a waterfall in nature ancient Rome. But the technology is there. The technology is there. We can make ultra-realistic NPC characters using AIs. And there's really nothing stopping us from starting on such a project and just removing the limits from what people can do. You can be in a space that reminds you of your favorite book with your friends. You could even play stories with your friends. We have right now so many fields of entertainment, like Escape from the Room, for example. And there's so much more you can do with that in a VR space. So this is the way we plan to provide value to potential players. This is the project behind the token, DeepBlueGame token, and that's what we've released today. I'll leave you with that, and thank you for listening.